And let's begin by telling you that Nigeria's Inspector General of Police Olukayode Egbetokun has withdrawn police officers attached to former Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. The order for the withdrawal was contained in a police wireless message. Now, Bello was declared wanted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on April 18th after his absence from the Federal High Court in Abuja stalled his arraignment. The Nigerian Immigration Service had earlier placed the former governor on its watch list after the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission declared him wanted in connection to an alleged case of money laundering to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. And now to discuss this further, I'm joined by lawyer and managing partner Bayo Sani & Co. Bayo Sani. Bayo, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for coming on. Let's just jump right into it and get started. How effective will the circular be in ensuring that the ex-governor do not leave the country?
Well, I think the circular is the right directive in these circumstances, because if you look at what has played out since this whole drama started, it has become very necessary for the agencies of government to work together in ensuring that the ex-governor, that's Governor Yahaya Bello, is taken before a court of competent jurisdiction to face the charges that have been filed against him. And we should look at also that what started all this. We can't look at Governor Yahaya Bello as just being a fugitive that is trying to be on the run for nothing. He claims to have obtained an order of court from the High Court of Kogi State that gave him, that gave an order against EFCC from arresting him. But there's a fundamental part in that order that says that he cannot be arrested until a warrant for arrest or charges have been filed against him in a competent court of jurisdiction.
Now, let's move on away from that and look at the no-flight circular, right? Now, when one look at it, they would think, or rather, for me, I'm going to use myself hypothetically here. When I look at it, it comes to mind, is this a final resort in ensuring that, the arraignment happens when it comes to Bello? Or do you think that more can be done or enough hasn't been done to ensure his arraignment?
Enough hasn't been done. Enough hasn't been done.
Why do you say so?
Thank you. Enough hasn't been done because there's a particular party that we are not focusing on here, and that is the Inspector General of Police. If you recall that the Inspector General of Police just gave an order for the withdrawal of the policemen attached to Governor Yahaya Bello, I believe that should have been done before the drama that played out at the Governor Yahaya Bello's house in Abuja on Tuesday or Wednesday. That should have been done. And if EFCC has now gone ahead to declare him wanted, and some police officers are still guarding him, where are these officers? Can they be tracked down? So I believe that enough has not been done at all. Enough has not been done. And we shouldn't be allowing this kind of scenario to play out in our administration of justice system. To the international community, it looks like, what are we really doing? It's still within this country. It's still within jurisdiction. Now, we are not saying Governor Yahaya Bello is guilty, all right? Because I want to understand and I want to appreciate his fundamental right that says that he is still innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. So that's not my point here. But of course, EFCC also, as an agency of government, has the power to arrest and ensure that whoever that has been alleged to have siphoned funds or abused power or in one way or the other should face the court of competent jurisdiction, should face these are charges there. So that is the issue.
Right. Let's. You talked about the court orders, right? What are your thoughts on how this story has unfolded? It's conflicting court orders. Permit me to use that adjective over the arrest of the Kogi former governor by the EFCC.
These orders are not conflicting. They are not conflicting. Okay. Most people have not read the order of the Kogi State High Court. That order, as far as I'm concerned, is not absolute. It gave a condition. So they didn't give him, there was no perpetual injunction given to restrain EFCC from arresting Yahaya Bello. They placed a condition on it that there should be charges filed against him, or there should be warrant of arrest, which EFCC has done. Now, they filed these charges before a federal high court in Abuja. That's number one. And number two, they've also obtained warrant of arrest. So these orders are not conflicting. I don't think so.
So what could have been done differently on the part of the EFCC then?
You see, the challenge we have in this country is that agencies of government fail to work in concerted manner. They fail to, there's this lack of cooperation. You understand what I'm saying? I still don't want to ignore the fact that up till today, there were officers of the Nigerian police guarding Governor Yahaya Bello.
So you think they're not in sync? Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying.
But if there was a court ruling that says that there shouldn't be any arrest until there's a warrant, then what now happens to the police? Would the police hold him down? Is that not in some way an arrest?
They won't hold him down. Look, there's a court order. Look, I said something now. The order of court is not a perpetual injunction. It's not a perpetual order. It's an interim order, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. It's not a perpetual order. And that order also, there's a condition attached to it. Okay, perhaps, because I also want to understand that if I look at the facts, if I get my facts right now, I want to understand the fact that EFCC went back to court to obtain this warrant after this order was given by the Kogi State High Court. They went back to the Federal High Court and they got their warrant from the Federal High Court. There are two courts here. Let us break it down for the purpose of those who are watching us. You understand? One order was given by the Kogi State High Court. Another warrant was obtained from another court, that's the Federal High Court. Now, when it comes to fundamental human rights, these courts are courts of competent jurisdiction. They are the same. You can either approach the Federal High Court or the State High Court based on the enforcement of fundamental rights rules. Okay? So, that's why Governor Yahaya Bello went to Kogi State High Court. Now, the intention of EFCC is to arraign Governor Yahaya Bello before the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja. All right? So, it's also right for EFCC to have gone back to the Federal High Court in Abuja to get that warrant from the Federal High Court in Abuja. So, perhaps, maybe there was also a flaw here when EFCC laid siege on his house before getting that warrant. I will fault EFCC for that. But if there was some form of coordination among the agencies of government, and when I'm talking about agencies of government, I'm talking about the law enforcement agencies here. I'm talking about DSS, I'm talking about Nigerian police, I'm talking about EFCC. EFCC also went to that place with police officers. There are policemen attached to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Don't let us forget that. Because some officers of EFCC don't bear arms. So if they are going on this kind of arrest, they must have gone with some policemen. You are going on arrest to arrest somebody that is guarded by police officers. I mean, there's a lacuna in our system. And I think after this situation, after this Yahaya Bello's matter comes to rest, we should look into that area to see how agencies of government can operate, together. And
be in tandem and
in a concerted manner, so that we don't sing discordant tunes here and there. I even read on the page of newspaper that they are considering going to the Nigerian Army. Nigerian Army has no business with that.